Right. They gotta treat me first and then kill me, huh?
Probably, yes.
That's kind of crazy to think about, right? But I have to deal with it, and I'll be able to watch over my mom from heaven with a clear conscience and be at peace. You know, like I said, for a long time my life has been unhappy, so finally I can find me some peace, huh?
And you're at peace with yourself?
Now.
Mm-hmm. Took a long time?
Yes, absolutely did. Took a long time to realize what a man was. I was acting like a child. I acted like a child when I got in here at first, but I'm confident in who I am now.
Let's talk about that.
Michael Perry, I wish you all the best.
Yes, thank you. I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to see. We're going to find out. I'll find out on Monday.
They knew what I was telling them was going to be the truth. No, sir. Nobody has a right to take another life. I don't care if it's the law. And it's so easy to change the law.
Walking in and thinking, this looks like a boy. I had built this huge monster, evil, murdering monster in my head, and he was just a boy. He was just a boy laying on that gurney. When I walked in, he looked at me, and he looked away, and he did a double take. Same thing Jason Burkett did in court. I look like my mom. I look a lot like my mother.
And what did he say?
He forgave us. He forgave us. Yeah. And I was upset when I walked in. I was crying. My whole family. We didn't want to see someone die. No one should have to go through that. But we were there for my mother, and my brother. And we were crying. And when he said he forgave us.
For what?
For the atrocity brought against him. And then he said he's ready to go. I heard his mother cry. And they gave him the injection. He gasped for air 4 times. I watched his shirt, his heart beating on his shirt. I watched it till it stopped. And it stopped at 6:14. 1 tear fell down his eye. 1 tear. And he was gone. And it was over.
And the prospect of someone who is going to be locked away for life without parole, would that satisfy you?
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
So it would be definitely an alternative. Because death penalty sounds a little bit too much like Old Testament, the wrath of God. And Jesus probably would not have been an advocate of capital punishment.
Probably not. But some people just don't deserve to live.
Can I say something?
Please.
I know on July the 1st is when they executed Michael. And I knew Michael pretty well.
Yeah.
And I kept up with, I have every kind of clipping and website thing I have on him and Jason. I have like a whole locker-box full. So I know as much about him as anybody. And Michael was just like Jason. They were both young, and whatever they did or didn't do, I don't know. I wasn't there, but Michael was just a young kid, and I know when they executed him. I know his last words and everything else, and I know by executing Michael, I don't think it brought any of those people back, and I don't think it deterred anything. I don't think it deterred anybody out there. As much publicized as it was, it did not deter anything, and I really did not believe that it solved anything by taking another life. And it hurt me when it come time for his execution. I knew it was going to be about 6 o'clock. It's usually a few minutes after 6 p.m. And I was on my knees at my bunk, for Michael, praying for Michael, and a feeling come over me. Right about 5 or 10 minutes after 6, a feeling come over me that's very, very hard to explain. It was like I felt the loss of what used to be my son's best friend. I felt that. I felt that pain whenever they killed him. But I just wish the family members would know that how much that I hurt for their loss. That's very important. And Michael never. That's what upset them, because Michael never tried to reach out to them. I wished I could and say I'm sorry.
Can I see the shirt? Can you turn it around?
I just make sure, and somebody told me about the live your dash, and that's really after all this that I went through and quit and everything. I've heard the story telling me of live your dash. How do you going to live your dash? And I didn't understand. What are you talking about, dash? And it's on your tombstone. You got your birth date, and you got the day that you deceased, and you got that little dash in the middle. That's your life right there. That's everything between from the time you was born, from the time you die. How are you going to live your dash? And that's where I'm at now. I'm going to live my dash and make sure that everything, try to make everything right for the family, everybody. Hold still and watch the birds. And you once you get up into your life like that, and once you feel good about your life, you do start watching what the birds do. You know what the ducks are doing, like the hummingbirds. Wow, there's so many of them.